everyone. My name is Sean Fox with Icelantic Skis. We're here at the Icelantic Skis headquarters filming a great video for the First Ascents community about the basics of ski tuning today. We'll run through kind of the basics that I like to do about every 10 days of skiing or so to keep my skis in tip-top shape. And we'll go through the equipment I use and the basic techniques that I use. Today, we're going to be using my basic waxing kit that I've put together here that consists of a purpose-built waxing iron, the isopropyl alcohol that we're going to use to clean the ski, a couple of wax scrapers, a box of my favorite wax here, this Mountain Flow Eco Wax, a gummy stone used to get rust off the edges. We've got our edge tool and our base edge tool, our diamond stone to do just that, and then our 3 waxing brushes here of different courses to buff out the wax once we have it applied to the ski. The first thing I like to do is wipe these down with a great clean rag and isopropyl alcohol we got here. So just wiping down all the dirt that was on here, cleaning off any maybe water that got on them in the summer there. And make sure that base is nice and clean and ready to absorb fresh wax. The next thing we're gonna do is inspect the edges of the ski, make sure that there's no rust, and run our fingers along the edge to see if we can feel any burrs or sharp spots. Basically thinking that if this edge isn't smooth, you're gonna feel it as you're turning on the ski. So I'm gonna use our gummy stone here to basically run along the edge of the ski here, get rid of any burrs to start. Perfect, so now when you feel the ski, it's gonna feel a lot smoother. If you have any bigger burrs or areas where you've hit rocks or really kind of damaged your edge, you can use, it's called diamond stone, diamond file here. And our side edge tool allows you to get a precise angle on the edge here. We've got 90, 89 degrees, 88 degrees. All of Icelantic skis are tuned to 89 and 1 degree base edge. We're basically gonna take this tool and we're gonna just lightly run it along the edge here of the ski. With this tool you can go in either direction, which is nice, unlike a regular file, and really smooths out and gets a nice consistent sharp edge to your ski. So now when I'm feeling this, it's really smooth, really smooth. No rust or anything. Now that we have the edges ready to go, we want to do one more clean of the base, just in case we got any of that edge material on the base, we don't want it absorbed into the wax or into the base material. So I'm going to wipe my ski down one more time here with the isopropyl alcohol. Nice and clean. So last winter, you probably waxed your skis or got them waxed somewhere, and there might be a buildup of old wax in the base material. And so the first thing I like to do is fully clean the base of my skis by using one of my brushes here and brushing out anything that might have been in the ski from last year. If you can see a bit of wax coming up, that's a good sign. And we'll do 3 passes. I like to do everything in 3s. This is now a clean, ready for wax ski here. We are going to take our wax, and I like to get a nice kind of prep layer on the base to make sure that the whole base is coated, because applying a hot iron to a fresh base without any wax can damage your ski. So I like to take the block and literally rub it on the entire surface that I'm going to be waxing. So we're going on the entire ski. Perfect. So you can see a nice light layer of wax here on the entire thing. And then it's now time to melt our wax into our base. Taking the wax from this block and having it melted and absorbed into the base material of our ski, and then scraping it off again. So we're gonna take our iron, and I like to use the technique of rubbing on my block of wax, then rubbing that block of wax on my ski. Some people you will see will drip, press this and onto the iron and literally drip a layer onto the entire ski, but you end up scraping a lot more and wasting a bit more wax. So I always like to do this method where I'm heating up a bit of my wax and then scraping on a nice light layer here. All right, then we're gonna take our hot waxing iron and we're gonna apply it directly to the base of the ski. And when doing this, we wanna move slowly and be sure that we never stop moving, because this technique of applying heat to the base of the ski. If you let it sit for too long, will literally melt your base material, because it is, after all, just plastic. And after we've coated the entire ski here in a nice light layer, we're going to slowly move the entire iron back down across the ski so that we're melting wax across the entire ski and only doing a nice light layer, which will save you a lot of time and effort later in scraping all of this off. And so now that the base has absorbed all the wax that it can, we have still just this light layer of wax left on. We've let this ski sit for a little bit so that it's nice and cool to the touch. And we're going to scrape off all this excess wax here. And we're going to apply pressure and try and go in nice, consistent motions back across the ski here. Scraping off all this extra wax. Now that we are back down to a nice clean base material here, we want to brush off any extra wax and get structure back in this base material to allow water to flow freely. So we're going to take our brush here, much like we did in the first bit where we cleaned it off. We're going to clean off any excess that might still remain. And you can't overbrush a ski. The more the better. So keep going on this until we can start to see the structure on the bottom here, these nice little channels for water to flow. Now we've got one last wipe down. A nice freshly tuned ski here. So there it is, the basics of waxing your skis and getting them ready for winter. Check out Icelantic skis online and hope you have a great winter returning to nature.